Hello and welcome to the Daily Triple. Our story in this clip is about LeBron James and Kyrie Irving and how they just can't help themselves. That's the quote we have from one NBA source. Just can't help themselves. And that's in reference to making themselves the center of attention. I don't think either one of these guys can stand to be outside of the limelight for more than 2 seconds, personally. But, that is how it goes when you are a superstar of the NBA. You got to stay in that NBA news cycle, right? Well, why is this a story? Superstars do this all the time. Well, the story is because we have a great finals going on right now. It's a great series. It's all knotted up 1-1 between the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat. Game 3, by the way, coming at you tonight. So check that out. And before that, we'll also have a long-form episode of our Triple Cross podcast solely focused on the NBA, all things NBA. So check that out before you watch the finals game tonight. But LeBron and Kyrie, what are we going to do with these guys? It appears that the feelings are mutual about wanting to team up again next season. If you don't remember, these guys are former teammates and former world champions. In 2016, with the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, they won themselves a ring. LeBron's gone on to win quite a few more. We all know how that story goes. But Irving, that's his only one. So it's understandable why these two aging players might want to reunite and try to get themselves another ring. Is this feasible? And the answer, quite honestly, is yes. There's been a lot of talk this season about where LeBron will end up next season. Is he going to remain a Laker? Is he going to join another team? We don't know. If he does, is it going to be another super team with some of the other superstars in the league? More than likely, yeah. We've had several teams thrown around. One we haven't heard a ton up until now is the Dallas Mavericks. And the Dallas Mavericks, they are an intriguing option for LeBron if they could get this deal done. And here's why. Yes, he'd be reuniting with Irving. And yes, they would be one hell of a tandem in the NBA. But the best thing about this tandem, this LeBron and Kyrie stack, is that it doesn't even include the best player on the Mavericks team. The best player on the Mavericks team, you might have heard of him, one Luka Doncic. And I'm sure that Luka would be happy with this as well. Having the likes of LeBron James, who many consider to be the greatest of all time, and a solid teammate in Kyrie Irving, who you didn't exactly have the results you were hoping for with last season. Irving was a mid-season acquisition for the Mavs, and a lot of people thought that was the piece they needed to bring them to the mountaintop, to push them over the edge, to get them a ring, to win the championship, to go to the finals, to prove to the NBA that they are not to be messed with. Luka himself is a perennial MVP candidate, and I'm sure he would love to bolster this roster even more with the acquisition of LeBron James. Now, how much credence can we actually lend to this notion that LeBron will end up in Dallas next season? That's where I start to take issue with it. The timing of this, it being during the finals, it seems like the time of year when the eliminated teams, like the Mavs, like the Lakers, and the players on those teams, they have to find new ways to get into the headlines. Superstars don't like to be out of the NBA news cycle. But when your team is no longer playing for the year, that can happen to you. So, is this just a story to get themselves back into the news cycle? Or are these rumors, is there something to them? Will we see LeBron in a Mavs uniform next year? And if we do, is that going to be enough to bring them to that mountaintop? We don't know. But one thing is for sure, if this trio meets up in Dallas next season, you can bet that the other teams in the NBA are not going to be thrilled about it, because that's going to be one of the top contenders. Again, if it happens. This has been the Daily Triple. Tune in to our Triple Cross podcast tonight. Make sure you rate and review on any of the podcast apps you are consuming this on. And if you'd like to join one of our recordings live on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon to receive bell notifications so that you can know whenever we go live, because we give away lots of things on our live podcast recordings, and you might be able to win yourself something if you join in. So that's going to do it for me. Stay tuned to the Daily Triple and the Triple Cross podcast channel, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye now.